During your interview, the interviewer may interrupt your story to probe for additional details. Their goal is to achieve three main objectives. First, understand your decision-making process. They're likely to ask why you made certain choices. Be prepared to explain what you said, what you heard, and the motivations behind your actions. Second, clarify small details. They might focus on minor aspects to gain a deeper understanding or uncover insights that could shift their perspective. For example, they may ask, "Let me understand better." Third, identify fabricated stories. Never fabricate a story. Experienced interviewers are skilled at spotting inconsistencies, and it will be incredibly difficult to answer probing questions convincingly if your story isn't genuine. Finally, remember that consulting is a profession grounded in integrity and values. Honesty and authenticity will always be your strongest assets. You don't need to memorize every detail of your story. Sharing the 80% version naturally is perfectly fine. Trying to deliver a word-for-word recitation can come across as robotic and unnatural. If your interviewer is curious about a specific detail, they'll ask probing questions to dig deeper. This is why it's best to write your stories in short bullet points instead of scripting them word for word. Bullet points help you stay flexible and conversational. Remember, you will also have opportunities to practice and refine your approach during personal fit peer sessions, a great way to build confidence and improve your delivery. Finally, seek opportunities to challenge yourself in internships, projects, and extracurriculars to create compelling stories. Volunteer for high-stakes tasks, lead initiatives, or tackle ambiguous problems requiring leadership and problem-solving. Embrace diverse experiences such as managing conflicts, organizing events, or cross-functional collaborations to add variety and depth. Challenges don't have to be work-related. Personal endeavors that demonstrate resilience and adaptability also count. Keep track of key movements, including the problem, your actions, and the results, to craft authentic narratives. Reflect on lessons learned and how they shaped you to showcase growth and self-awareness. These experiences highlight skills interviewers value most. The final section of this course focuses on common mistakes to avoid, essential insights to help you refine your approach and stand out confidently. Getting the question wrong. If nerves cause you to misinterpret the interviewer's question, it's okay to pause and recap. Restating the question briefly ensures alignment and buys time to organize your thoughts. For example, say, "Just to clarify, you're asking about how I handled X, correct?" This avoids answering the wrong question and demonstrates active listening. Using too much we instead of I. While it's important to acknowledge teamwork, interviewers want to understand your specific contributions. Avoid overemphasizing collective actions. "We did this," and focus on your leadership and decision-making. Balance the narrative by briefly crediting the team but shifting the spotlight to your role and impact. Over-describing the situation instead of your contribution. Many candidates, especially those with technical backgrounds, over-explain the context or technical details, assuming the interviewer needs to understand the challenge fully. Instead, prioritize your actions and the results. Provide just enough context to set the stage, then focus on your problem-solving, decision-making, and the impact you've created. Not quantifying enough. Failing to use data weakens your story's impact. Whenever possible, quantify your results to demonstrate tangible outcomes, such as improved efficiency by 30%, increased revenue by $50,000, or led a team of 10 to deliver a project 2 weeks early. Numbers make your story more compelling and credible. Story too long or too short. Time management is crucial. A story that is too long risks losing your interviewer's attention, while one that is too short may lack depth. Aim for a concise, structured narrative that leaves room for follow-up questions. Use the STAR framework: situation, task, action, result, to stay focused and balanced. Story sounds too rehearsed. While preparation is important, avoid sounding like you're reading a script or giving a TED Talk. Practice delivering your story naturally and conversationally. Engage the interviewer by emphasizing your enthusiasm and tailoring your story to their reactions or questions. Not being specific or believable. Vague stories can make you seem unprepared or inauthentic. Be specific about the challenge or actions and the results, and use concrete examples to back up your claims. Believability stems from honesty, clarity, and attention to detail. Avoid exaggerations and overgeneralizations. Not sharing decisions and alternatives. A strong story demonstrates thoughtful decision-making. Highlight the alternatives you considered, why you chose a specific path, and the trade-offs involved. For example, we considered 2 approaches, but I chose X because it was more cost-effective and scalable. This shows critical thinking and strategic planning. And finally, not sharing credit. While it's important to emphasize your contributions, don't neglect to acknowledge others. Mention how your team's efforts contributed to success and how you collaborated effectively. For example, I led planning and execution, but the team's creativity and dedication were critical to achieving our goals. Sharing credit reflects humility and leadership. In this course, we introduce you to the fundamentals of effective storytelling. However, this is just the beginning. At the Highbridge Bootcamp, you'll dive deeper into the nuances of storytelling. With personalized guidance from peers and coaches, you'll refine your stories to make them truly impactful, helping you shine and stand out in any situation. Other types of interview questions are just as important and common. At the Highbridge Bootcamp, we dedicate time to mastering these question types, equipping you with the skills to impress any interviewer with confidence and clarity. Finally, never underestimate the importance of personal fit in securing a top consulting offer. It's just as critical as excelling in the case interview. With focused dedication and the right guidance, you will be well prepared to stand out and making a lasting impression.